been locked away in chains. 15 years of struggle and pain. Kids taken away by a faceless form. She rises up in the darkest storm. Her voice touches hearts in a broken state. Podcast waves spark their fight and fate. Brenda's strength like a blazing fire. Inspire the lost to lift their desire. Brenda's cry echoes loud and clear. A warrior's heart, no room for fear. Stand up tall, let no one bring you down. In her voice, their freedom found. Government shadows, secrets untold. Brenda's story, fierce and bold. She helps others break their chains. Together they rise from the ashes of pain. Her husband waits behind iron bars, but Brenda knows they'll reach the stars. Oh, her love unyielding, a beacon bright in the silence of the night. Brenda's cry echoes loud and clear. A warrior's heart, no room for fear. Stand up tall, let no one bring you down. In her voice, their freedom found. Brenda's cry echoes loud and clear. A warrior's heart, no room for fear. Stand up tall, let no one bring you down. In her voice, their freedom found. Freedom found.
Oh, hello. Hey. I was just trying to say hello to, I can't even spell your name, Vic. I'm going to just say Vic. All right. Yeah, it took a minute to get in there. There was a lot of I'm trying to send out those invites real quick. I like to do it right before the show starts. I mean, some people I don't know very well. But if anybody wants to get a hold of me on Facebook, it's just Brenda Cambron. And then what I do is I go to the messenger, and that way I can, if you're in my messenger, I know your name, and I know your name, and then that way, if you want to be, what did I say? Be notified. Because a lot of times, when they bring on the notifications, I do like to have the little commercials up beforehand. That way, people come in. But if you can't commit to the time, then you might as well just right before it happens. That's when I send out my invites. So you might be available. You might be sleeping. Sometimes I take into the count that on Facebook you see the little green light and seeing if somebody is up and messing around, or did they fall asleep with their thing open. But what are we going to talk about today, guys? Who else is up in here? Fact over lies. Hey, I was just talking to my sister. This is my sister Vicky. Fact over lies. And I was telling my sister about how you were telling me these great tricks of the trade when it comes to trying to, get by in this world, especially when everything's been taken away from you and you got to amount to counting to your last quarters. I have never been in this position in the longest time. And I don't care if my three oldest kids are doctors. I don't want to be the type of person that would continue to take these gifts. And I know my husband is the same way either. My middle son, has given us literally everything. Like you say, when somebody would give you the shirt off your back, well, that's him. And I'm so thankful for that, because I tell you, I'd be in the cuckoo ward if it wasn't for him. Because today I was going over the video of the sentencing of Chris, and I was just thinking, I don't know if I ever shared this investigative summary with you on his case from 2024 here. But right away, the investigative summary, okay? First thing, what do you think they're going to bring up, guys? They're going to bring up that in April 2016, that the Department of Children and Families was in our lives. Okay, so I'll just read it out to you. In April of 2016, the Department of DCF initiated a dependency shelter petition. The minor children of Christopher Cambron and his wife Brenda in the 3rd Judicial Circuit and for Dixie County, Florida. Temporary custody of the Cambrons' children was subsequently granted to the DCF. Temporary custody, okay, was granted. How are they getting granted the custody of my kids? Who's granting this, right? I guess it was Judge Jennifer Johnson that granted that, because these CPS workers, they can't do anything without the judge's approval. Okay, so that's where your federal crime comes up, because by the judge's orders, no one that had their children, like there are cases, where placement of children is necessary with others, strangers, but not in the case when you have family and kin. And like me and my sister talking about how much family we do have. We have so much family that I'm sure the hundreds of family members I have would have been available to take the kids into their care. But they thought something would be better is if they could keep them in their care, and that way, that's where they're making the money. Okay, and that's what we're finding out about these institutions here. I gotta shut this thing down, because I can tell you. In fact, I should shut my phone all the way down, or maybe I could put it, like somebody said, put it on airport mode. I don't know. Well, I'm just going to leave it for now, guys, but I'm going to try to make sure. Like I said, my charger isn't working right. Well, and to get to it, all I can find when I look at Chris's case is more and more of how the bullying, and what would I say, the invasion of our lives began. I mean, if I really wanted to go at the beginning, it'd be in Maine, when we found out we were on this, had this threat tag on us, maybe associated with your license plate. And that's when I became aware of these fusion exchange centers. If anybody know, hey, Wet Plants, how's it going? We had a whole conversation with Wet Plants the other day, in regards to, hey, if you didn't get my address, my sister Vicky, she knows it. I just sent it to her. And I would, like, I don't know if I can find you. Can I find you on Messenger with the same name, Wet Plants? Good evening to you. If didn't nobody know, if you're just coming in, um, I just want to say what the rest of the message that Fact Over Lies put in. Where are Sage and Christopher? CPS with a bunch of question marks, and she has like the caution, right? That's a caution. Yellow means caution, guys. That's what I'm saying. Where are the American children? Why is it that when we hear about children, it's all these immigrant children? And hello, here we are. I've been screaming and hollering about this for the longest time. Because when I think it was even a couple years ago, I seen what a fuss they were making about on the border, how the children were being separated from the illegal immigrants, mother or dad or whatever. And there's all big tears and all the cameras, on them. When here we are sitting back for, in my case, over 9 years, with wondering where in the world are my children, because they were ripped away from me. I'm an American. My husband's family fought for this country for over 250 years, and all my kids are sons and daughters of the American Revolution. No, it's not some radical group or nothing like that. It's an inheritance. It's a heritage thing, okay, to be a proud American or whatever. And don't you all know about it, Darren? He knows about his rights being violated and just tossed into, dungeons, and like they're doing with the kids. I mean, they're caging up our children. How many cases have I heard throughout the past, let's say, 2 years, of children ending up in cages? Did anybody hear about that one where they're keeping the child in a dog kennel? Did anybody hear about that one? Oh, classic mommy. See, we wanted to get in touch with you, classic mommy. Please. Did I put down my email? I don't want to put like other people's info out there, but who cares? I'm just gonna. I'll get into the set. I'll put my number up in the dang chat. Okay. The only way I know how to do it is I'm coming to come in here to the show. And 318, and I put my name out there. My name is my name, and I swear to gosh, at this point, I have nothing to lose, okay, because it was already all taken from me. 5, 7. I almost forgot my own number, guys. That's what I say. I mean, they could rattle. And did you hear that one? Wasn't it that Bob Dylan song, guys? They didn't rattle your cage. Well, the times they are changing. Danielle, I think she's out for the count. I mean, I think she wanted to do a show, but there was some interference in that, and it's not Danielle's fault. She was ready to go on tonight. So that's too bad about that. Now, oh, you don't have a Facebook. There you go. Good idea. I never had a Facebook until I got out of prison, because they locked me up for 2 years when I saw my daughter in an abusive foster placement, and she's begging me to get her out of there. and reported all kinds of assaults, SA, everything else. And you can see even the witness says that she was being neglected. Nobody was taking care of her, washing her hair or anything like that. She was put in with this Haitian family, and I've been putting two and two together that this lady is not even from this country. And how many of these, Haitians are involved with these gangs and stuff like this? I mean, hello. And then all of a sudden, well, this person's be good enough to take care of a delayed child. When come to find out that she had no special license to do that. She had another job working the middle of the night. God knows what I do. In fact over lies, I do have that information I wanted to give you about that foster placement, because they had a full-time job. My child that needs constant attention was put on the bus by a girl that was younger than her, because their mom was working at the time that they were supposed to be getting on the buses. And come to find out, this little girl, so she must have been about, what, 13 or so. She's packing the children's lunches and everything else. I'm like, my gosh, I'm telling you, I seen it. I have pictures of it. Deplorable conditions that was my daughter's subject to. And she told me all about it. And that's why some people are trying to help me. Like, I want to get my stuff straight now and say, hey, I think if I get this tape of my daughter up to some of these people like Dan Bongino or Cash Patel, I mean, hello, this child was telling me about the abuse that was happening, and who was responsible for it. She's naming off Jason Katz from the Partnership from Strong Families, or Devereaux. Again, we can't say enough about this horrible place, because they're taking children in these institutions and I think it has something to do. In fact, I know of one that's in Alachua, what is it, the Alachua Academy. This Alachua Academy is connected with the Department of Justice. So what does that tell you, people? I mean, there was a lot of shady stuff they're finding out that was going on with, I'm not taking sides here, but the reality is these things went on under Joe Biden administration and Obama's administration, where all these children ended up missing. And those children they're talking about ended up missing. A lot of them are Americans. What was somebody saying? What was that? Like 300,000? I can't remember. Somebody did give me a number not too long ago. I think that's what it was. My firstborn was, and that happened to your firstborn when the lady made all of these false allegations. They gave my kids, her son, my son was a 1-year-old. Hello. See, I've heard a recent story about a young toddler that this happened to. It's so disgusting. And what are they thinking? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. It's got to be sure evil. I mean, the Satan himself is guiding these people, because that is no human behavior to hurt a child. Oh, it just makes my heart. Do you guys ever get that? It's like heartache. My kids were stolen almost 20 years ago. Elisa, I'm sorry I didn't see you there. Hey, Howell. It's like wasn't that the character on Gilligan's Island, Mr. Howell? He was a rich guy. How about you, Lisa? I bet you don't have a lot of bucks after going through this living hell. It's like hell on earth. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, sometimes don't you all just like to see if you can go sleep and hopefully have some good dreams, or dreams of some memories about your children? I haven't dreamed of my kids in a long time, but I can tell you this, guys, I don't have a lot of dreams. And you know what I've learned is that excuse me, that like I do, I have a prescription for medical marijuana. But when you smoke medical marijuana, that is likely to take your dreams away. At least that's what's going on with me. And I can say, I met this girl, and like I say, now I have prison stories. It's disgusting that I have to say and I can't even get a darn job now because I'm literally living off nothing right now. This is what happened to okay, and again, it's turning to June, the nuclear family. Like me and my sister, we were born and we were raised in a nuclear family. And the dad goes to work, the mom stays at home. And that's what exactly you had with us. And now I don't know, I haven't heard any more about this, but like a month ago, this congressman was talking about that June is going to be Nuclear Family Month. And like I say, what do I got to do is fucking blast off some fireworks or something and wear a big sign, maybe one of those airplanes that come around and have some words on it. Um, Cambrons, we're the nuclear family. And I bet you there's a lot of other nuclear families out there. I mean, come on. Don't have a month without talking to all of the families that have been torn apart and that were born and raised in this country. I mean, you guys, even if you came in here and you are from somewhere else, this is happening all over the world, not just the United States. I mean, we've had some people coming in here from all sorts of places, and that's what we've learned. It's a national crisis, people. National. Okay? This is against the law. And I don't know how many times that, you know, it's sometimes it just leaves you speechless. Okay, so I'm going to get back to this and tell you more about this investigative summary. Now, if nobody is familiar with my story, the same judge that is in 2016 and the same place where my husband tried to run for sheriff, and by doing that stirred up some problems for some people that were in the sheriff department that were criminals and decided to steal my kids out of my house while they arrested me and my husband over a little bit of weed. So there's that story. My kids were 10 and 12 at the time. But this many years later, my husband was arrested in 2024. And like I said, I started reading from the beginning of this investigative summary. All it talks about is us in our DCF case. But if me or my husband were wanting to speak back about this, we weren't allowed to do that. We weren't allowed to give, cross-examine our accusers or whatever, to say, hey, now, well, yeah, I didn't see it nowhere on their investigative summary is that my husband ran for sheriff against this guy and that there was election fraud or whatever you want to call it. So, and it's clear entrapment. This is what they've plotted and planned for some god reason that they needed my husband to be locked away because I don't know, the shit's gonna hit the fan and all the kids will be released when Trump and that administration that's straightening out and closing down the FBI for that's what was that one thing I seen that they said CPS, I think he was a congressman or something too. He said about CPS, it needs to be burnt down and started up all over again. And yeah, so there's so many, use like slang or something like that. Like I say, usually this is just for entertainment purposes, and I don't condone any ill will because, like, Chris Naylor would tell you, it's all about what was I going to say, guys? I lost my train of thought. But it is all about, the freedoms of your constitutional rights. And if somebody's violating them, it's time to say, Hey, I've got to, oh, is that the pen is truly mightier than the sword. Okay, to get to that. That's what I meant by that because, I mean, as I feel that God is the creator of this earth, okay? Um, it's a question, what do I want to say? An expression to say, the ruler of the world, the ruler. Um, anyways, I don't know how many people are listening. Um, all right, let's move on. Okay, so the honorable judge presided over the dependency hearings and granted a shelter order that, in the case of Christopher Cameron, and even at that time, they said Christopher Cameron posted threats to public servants and social media websites. Okay, I'll stop it right there because Christopher never was involved in social media. Like you had said that you don't you're not on Facebook. Okay, Chris never associated socially on Facebook or YouTube. And that's really the only thing was there. The only reason Chris was on YouTube is to see if they can connect with his brother or a couple of people from high school. That's it. Boom. I mean, Chris was old fashioned. He would like to use the phone if he talk to his family. In any case, so that's where there's a mistake with this already because, okay, so they are assuming that somebody that's using YouTube as a broadcasting network, that somehow that's a threat to them. Okay. I mean, Quentin Tarantino, he's made some pretty messed up movies. Okay. Um, the law, hey Debbie, the law is able to protect you for freedom of speech under entertainment. All these big falutin Hollywood actors and stuff like this, and these directors, um, I don't see no problem with them, creating a movie or a type of sometimes like people like Alex Jones and Rush Limbaugh kind of did. That's what really Chris stuff used to be, is just reaction videos, okay, where you're reacting to, the stuff that you're seeing on the television, be it news or, like my husband did a lot of is police brutality. It doesn't mean that we are anti law enforcement, like this false bulletin says. If anybody wants a copy, this is a security measure. This is a security they put in the case number on there. That's my kid's case number. They put this security measure on Chris the first time that we walked into the courtroom on the kid's dependency case. Okay, and say, boom, you got a security measure on you. And I think I read you about that yesterday. But where's Danielle? Where's anybody come on the show? Anybody that wanted to come on the show, just tell me. I can send you a link to get on here with me if anybody wants to be live. Anybody in the audience, or like I say, I put my number out there. Even if you wanted to call in, I don't care. I don't know how my sound is. I've got two different speakers up here. None of them is hooked up right now. No, in fact, I think that I could turn that one if I wanted to. But my son brought one over the other day. It's this long one, but I told him and Ryan to bring that wire because it's got to connect up with that HDMI cable. Okay, so anyways, this is not a lesson about freaking speakers. The King of King controls those who govern men. Thank you very much. See, that's a wise person right there. You're a mommy, so I assume you're a her. So my firstborn. Okay, we already discussed that. But Lisa, I feel for you. All I can say is I feel for you tenfold. I mean, it's just like I say, it leaves you speechless, is how there could be so much evil in this world. And I wonder where that t-shirt was. Do you see that my house is kind of a mess? It's just that pillow. It doesn't really match. That's because this is my couch. This is where I end up sleeping. Um, um, when I fall asleep watching a movie or something like that. So, and in fact, on my beds, I got two beds that have paperwork all over it because this is what I do. What makes people scatterbrain like this? It's the fact that you've been through this trauma of having your children ripped away from you. And some of us have no ideas where their children or now young adults may be. So this is why my original intent when I went on TikTok, I found about TikTok. Well, that's pretty cool. I bet you there's a lot of kids that go on TikTok. Why not put my face out there on TikTok and see if my child might be able to see it or something like that? Well, then people got better ideas, and I don't know if I could show you of some of this tape. If you go to, I have tell me if you're interested, guys. I could let you see that hearing. I have the sentencing. I have the trial. I have it all. I have, in fact, I've got even the children's cases as well. I have that. I requested my court media from there. And I can tell you, it's a big difference to look at a bunch of words on this paper with these transcripts. But it's another thing to go through that video, and you can see the facial expressions of some of these, like the DCF attorney, and see like what little snotty attitudes they have coming in there. Oh well, Chris, and how many times are this people going to bring this up? Chris made some video saying it's not a video. It's he feels that he's making some entertainment, or maybe putting out some facts or something like that. And then come to find out that's a problem for them. That's why I say they don't have to be looking at your stuff. Just turn the damn channel. I'm a licensed associate professional counselor. I am previous foster adoptive parent and currently under a case plan or for false allegations. Also got myself and my husband arrested. See? Okay, so that's why I was telling my sister, because she doesn't know anything about this stuff because she hasn't had to deal with it directly, and I live in another state. But that's the thing. They arrest the parents, okay, and they've created this society where they seem to be benefiting off the harm they're bringing to us, because they're going to arrest you, and then they're going to throw your kids into foster care or adopt them out, and then once they turn 18, God knows what happens. Boom, hit the road, and then those children become drug addicts or victims of sexual assault, because that's what it is. They're not prostitutes, people. These are victims, is what they are. Okay, victims of what this for years and years, this has been a creation of a freaking mess. And here you got my husband trying to give some advice of how to make this country a better place, like police not policing themselves and stuff like that, or make a limit to when the police can patrol the streets, because after a certain amount of years, maybe you can put them behind a desk or something, because they could be manipulated just like a child could be manipulated when, like, CPS is telling them that their parents are criminals. I tell you, my they were telling my kids, okay, so the Devereaux was telling my kids that their dad was in jail, and he wasn't. And they wouldn't let my husband see the kids. Like, they tried to make every excuse or make up all these stories to get my husband from seeing the kids. So in actuality, when anybody says, Brenda, when's the last time you saw the kids? That's just me. last I seen Chris was December of 2017, and then when I tried to help Sage out of that abusive placement, that was around Mother's Day of 2019. But Chris, the last time he saw the kids was September of 2016. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine how this man feels when he dedicated his life to raising these beautiful children? Okay. And he's a very wonderful and emotional, um, just really, I would say I would put in the category of genius as what I've seen coming out of this man with his analysts and his advisories. And I believe me, guys, I got it all. Okay, I got it all. And to think somebody would take this and take this man's life away from him, and then try to always do something that wants to separate people that are in love and been together for 44 years or whatever. And because everybody knows the fact that of the broken heart syndrome, right? Am I right? Fact over lies? You can hear me. I don't know. So you're paired. What does that mean? I'm wondering if she can. That's what we were talking about. If we can get into some type of chat where that you can comment, back and forth. I said effect over lies. I gotta talk to you about that because I still have a little bit of confusion about that. But do you ever notice after say you missed this live show and then you can go back and watch it later? Do you ever notice the views and the comments down there? That where you can comment and give a thumbs up or whatever you want to do. A thumbs up would be appreciated, but you can leave comments there about that show. But and then somebody could maybe comment on what you've commented on. Well, the thing is that I noticed that with these shows, it's not happening. But during the show, you can see only the messages, the live on the side. And if somebody would let me know if you're still able to see those messages on the side, they are saved when you watch it again later. Is that correct or no? Who's beeping my phone? I'm going to check this out. I don't like to be rude because we're talking about certain people like come over your house and like be very rude. Never answer your phone, their phone when you call them, but when they're over visiting your house, all of a sudden they've got to answer the phone for everyone and their mother instead of visiting with you. Right. Okay, so that's exactly why they targeted him. Yeah, exactly. Correct. And again, that's targeted Elon Musk. Okay. They want to act like he's a big, terrible piece of shit when he's trying to help everyone. I think so. Whatever you guys think, I don't know, but I think he also is a genius, and he's autistic. So if anybody didn't know that, that's a fun fact. Thank you, Christy. Christy, I remember your name from before. But I don't remember what state you were. I believe you've been coming in some of these chats before. I like your name. I like that name. If anybody didn't know, all my kids have a form of Chris in their name. Yeah, because well, middle son that always helps me out quite a bit. He actually has 3 middle names because for his descendants were Christopher, and then it was Christopher, Edward. No, I can't even remember the other one. I tell you, and him being a doctor, it caused him heartache because how many times he's got to sign his name, and is he going to put initials for all those last names? Oh, Joseph, Edward, Christopher. That's what it was. Okay, so and then of course the one that was taken, Christopher Cambron II, he's named after his daddy, of course. And then Julia Christine Cambron, and then the oldest two, you have Sword Christian Cambron, and then Julia Christine Cameron. So there you have it. I don't have Christine in my name because my parents gave me. What do you guys think my middle name is? And I could give you a clue. It starts with a J. And I usually don't even put my middle initial because I think it doesn't really work out. Like I don't like what it has come to represent my initials. But in any case, I can't share it here. It won't share. Huh. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. I can't share it here. It won't share my link. That's right. And I think you should be able to do that. Um, but like you say, I am on TikTok still. I don't know if you guys are up on TikTok, but mine is I Nita my kids back. Isn't that clever, guys? And I spell it out. In fact, I could put it in the chat. Oh, let me do that. Oh no, I might spell it wrong, but I'm pretty sure I know it's like INITA my kids with a KIDZ back, and that's what I'm on TikTok. And still, I have the same stalker that initially was responsible for not giving my children to my son, who came up for a 7-hour drive to pick up his brother and sister right from the beginning. He was there. He was there the next day. He talked with this CPS investigator lady, and emailed my son right away. He just dropped everything to go help his little brother and sister. unlike I don't know what's going on with my older two, but I can tell you they've never been there for their little brother and sister, which is sad. And I think it's also because of it them knowing that me and my husband Chris had our children taken. They probably would like to distance themselves from that because they would fear the same thing for their children if they have children. But my son does have so I am a grandma. I am a grandma, but nobody says hi to me. Oh, that is a grandson or granddaughter of mine. So it's kind of like that's another thing that hurts my heart. I wish they could join sometime. Let me see. YouTube, people can't see Facebook people comments. Oh, gotcha. Thanks, Christy. What plants? Please don't share that story. Oh, okay, got you. That's fine. It's Chris. Okay. Thanks. Thank you. I did see your message. Yes, that is my number. Thanks. Um, and that's right. I remember you talking about Chicago, and you were also talking about Chicago, Illinois. You're talking about Florida as well. Are you in Florida right now, Christy? I can't share it here. League. Let me see. I'm sorry. I'm going back to some of these messages I missed. How many does that make? We have 7. Oh, you mean viewers? That's what I'm wondering. I'm going to go to this. And do you guys see underneath? Like, I don't know if it's when you're on. I think it's right before you click into the show. You can give a thumbs up. Okay, see, like, I don't know if you can see this. My show, it's this right here. And I don't go in. I just go to those 3 dots. Oh, no, wait. That's how I share it. Hold on. I want to see if there was a place where. Oh yeah. Um. Oh, it's like almost like right before the chat comes up. Oh, if I pull the chat down, guys, I can give a thumbs up. Can somebody else show me if they can give me a thumbs up, please? I'm dying for some thumbs up here. Okay. But why did it said 0 thumbs up? And well, maybe they're not counting my thumbs up. No, why wouldn't my thumbs up be counted? Okay, you guys notice that if you're doing it on your phone, you pull down the chat and you can give thumbs up, or you can share it too. Say, oh, I want so and so to watch this, and you can share, and it will share this live show. Well, in any case, you learn something new every day, don't you? And that's why I had a few girls that are a little bit younger than me showing me like little tricks about the Facebook that I didn't even know before. Um, that there's certain things you can press on. I mean, technology just blows my mind, guys. Because when I was homeschooling my oldest kids, I mean, we were lucky to have a computer in the house, let alone connect to the internet. That didn't become popular till when do you guys think it became popular? Having your home computers. Did it go through for everyone? Mine says, oh, so yours says 0 as well. Pay attention in Georgia. So Classic Mom, Fact Over Lies is also in Georgia. And anything we can do to help you out, let me know, because we do have a couple things going on. If you have, some personal stuff, but if you want to get your case number and stuff in, we do have a couple opportunities to say, I would say just have your stuff ready. And I would say have whatever you want to call it, a cover sheet or whatever, just giving your basic information. This is what happened, just short and sweet. And then you don't even have to have a storage case number, blah, blah, blah. My rights were violated. Boom. Um, and get it notarized, have it sitting where you have a copy of it, right? And then just when the shit hits the fan and these motherfuckers, they'll be held to pay when they find out about all these American children being taken away from their wonderful mom and dad, or whatever the situation may be. Because more often than not, like my sister was saying, the ones that are drug addicts, the parents that are drug addicts living in tents. This happened in Ohio, like where she is. They're getting their kids back, or there might be an abusive parent on either side. The kids end up with the abusive parent. How is that? How is that working? How does that work out? I mean, that's again where it's just the only thing that makes sense to me is they're about as far away as God you can get. It's like sure evil. That's always reminds me of the Ghostbusters when all the ghosts got out of the containment, and it's just like sure evil flying around. And oh my God! And that's how it was when I was in Charlotte County Jail. Oh yeah, I never believed in ghosts before that as either. I mean, there was stuff like weird going on there. And speaking of wet plants, it had a lot to do with water. Did anybody ever hear about any like ghost activity that had to do with the water? Because I'm telling you, I never seen anything like this in my life, and it wasn't just me going nuts. I had roommates that would confirm the stuff that was going on. Brianna and also what was that other girl's name? She had a really cool name. Her name was Tyranny. Don't you guys think that was kind of cool? But tyranny, it was spelled differently, and we do have tyranny going on in this country. And if you look back at my husband's old videos, if these courts in Dixie County, Florida, want to keep bringing up his old entertainment that he put up there, why don't they bring up the facts of all these times that he was correct about these different things? And what was I going to say? Damn, I can't remember now. Sorry, guys, I lost my train of thought. It'll probably come back to me, and then at some odd moment when somebody's talking. Like, you're lucky that you're not coming in here, because I probably wouldn't give you a words and ends-wise. Darren, what happened? He said he was going to come on, and maybe he went back to sleep. I think when I tried to get in touch with someone to get on the show, I think I might have woke him up. Well, he said, yeah, I'll come on. And then, where are you? Is anybody in the back room? Yeah, well, he's been making some appearances. This is what I heard. Nobody's been sharing their showtimes with me. I like to share my showtimes with everyone that are in these little group chats, or happen to be connected some way. And I'm telling you, there's a lot going on in Georgia right now, because this is one of the worst states in the country for these CPS cases. And that's why we're very interested, because I have an attorney, okay, that is trying to get these cases together where, when actuality, get these things. And in my opinion, this is what I would do. And I would like to do it like all at once. And I think Danielle and me together, we're a force to be reckoned with. Okay, I don't know what anybody else is thinking, but I mean, we, wherever you happen to be, wherever your case happened to be, I think we hit up these U.S. attorneys. Okay, I don't know, they don't call it region, but look up. All you got to do is look up federal U.S. attorney where you live, whatever county and state you live in, and it will come up because it's going to maybe say northern, this is central district, but whatever. But make sure it's the U.S. These are the people that are in these positions to help when federal laws are being broken. They can take this to our leaders, and if we have um, plenty of people in these particular districts, I say, we come down there together, and here it is. It's been notarized. We're bringing this to your attention, and um, we want this taken care of, okay? And let's I say, I don't know. I'm sorry that we're not, Palestinians like making all this ruckus at colleges. That this is what the news seemed to cover, but not parents that are getting out there, like poor Tiff the other day, right? She had no news coverage on that. She had nobody there at all. She's just getting it out there. And a lot of times we just got to count on, doing these things through these means, like Rumble. You got, what is it? The other one. I haven't really like posted anything on Instagram, not much. Instagram is good. And then there's Lemon 8, which is also connected to TikTok. If you ever had trouble with TikTok, you can go this Lemon, and it will help you share it to TikTok. A little trick I learned, Lemon 8. Um, but like I say, they want to keep whatever the fastest means is getting your stuff out there. That's what they want to take down. That's why you always get these violations on TikTok and stuff like that, because it's probably be too easy to connect to our children, to try to find out, if they're okay, and if we can just, let them know that we're here, we're out here, and we're worried about their well-being. Why is that so difficult that they could let us know what's going on with our kids? Because it's a living hell on earth. And that's all I can say. Where are the American children? Where are Sage and Christopher? Right? Where? We want to know. I don't, and again, good idea, because if you're on TikTok, you'll have police knocking on your door. I swear to God. Yeah. Oh, that's what happened to my husband. And I'm telling you, Louisiana and Florida, they've it's going to go. It's not going to go well for them in those states, okay? Because there was collusions of crimes, okay, against the constitutional rights that we as human beings have. You just can't do that. And can you have, guys? I'm going to be, in fact, you what Pence, you're on YouTube, okay? YouTube, like I say, I think that's the way to go as far as if you want to get something posted and stuff like that. It doesn't seem like they're banning anything from YouTube nowadays, but that way, if you went to my Brenda Cameron, I have my Brenda Cameron page um on the I'm sorry, on the YouTube, and then you can go look at my videos there. And sometimes I fail to post on the YouTube as much as I should, because I just kind of get disappointed because they don't get the views, and that's why I said I wanted to go on TikTok. and just try to get my face out there. So in case my kids happen to be able to get on TikTok, they would be able to find me. Um, but I know my Sage and Chris knew about YouTube, so they could also type in our name, and if they had the ability to do so. That's why I think it's strange. I think something's up that they wouldn't be reaching out to us at this point, and that's why it gets worrisome. Thanks for hanging in there with me, Fact Over Lies. Oh my gosh. So, okay, how long have we been doing this, guys? I don't even know when we started. I think there was a timer somewhere. But anyways, the person that's back hosting, he said he gonna be back in 50 minutes. So we'll just count on that. We'll just count on that he didn't fall asleep or something. But it's still early for me, guys. It's only 9:30 for me. Um yeah, I thought it was later than that. That's why I've been doing all day. I keep thinking it's later than what it is. I don't see the ability to chat with people in PM personal messages on YouTube though. Yeah, the thing is what I've learned about YouTube, because I never knew anything about it myself. I learned that you can, if you create something to put up on YouTube. Oh, he says 4 minutes to go, guys. So we are getting to the end. But blah blah blah. What did I say? Um, oh yeah. So the personal messages. I think the best way. What plans? You can text me anytime. Are you texting me now? Who is that text? Like, I gave you my thing. You can text me. But you can go and comment if the person that made the video left the comments open. I think there's different things you say. If it was made for children, I don't think you're allowed to comment on it if it's made for children. So all depends on the post is how they have it posted, because there's different levels of your posting. Sometimes it's like over 18 and then you got to verify to watch it. It's crazy. It's just like it's a little bit more involved, but that's how can you have Messenger without Facebook is what I'm wondering. Can you do Messenger? Does anybody know that? No, I don't believe. Oh, all right, well, I could just put it out there. Oh, kidding. I don't have control like these guys do. The host with the most, he doesn't even know my number. Who knows their own number? I know my own number. My husband wouldn't. He wouldn't remember. I think he remembers it now, since he had to dial it 100 times since they've taken him to uh yikes, guys. And that's what gets back to it, is it's all about the monies, right? They take the kids and take the parents, and it's a freaking money making scheme that they lock our family away, and they're making money off of us and leaving us with nothing. Oh, I'm sorry, I was going to get into YouTube here right before we end, and then I'll type my number in the chat. Okay, here it goes. 318 517 5727. Boom. All right, that's what I love about talking text. Okay, especially if your loved one is locked away and you gotta write notes instead of squeezing on them at night. All right, guys, I really appreciate everybody coming in, and all right, yeah, get a hold of me anytime. I'm supposed to have this job, but I haven't been given many hours, so I'm just trying to take it easy and get my paperwork together and stuff, guys. And I suggest everyone get their shit together, because when the shit hits the fan, you want to be ready. I should show you guys before you go. Look at this. We got this for me. See? Travel filing. Okay? Hey, I have not very much in here, I can tell you that. I have a lot laying on the floor. I'm trying to get, like I said, there's not a room in that thing for all my stuff, but there's room for some stuff. So now that all the world knows what my paperwork looks like, and these guys have been trying to take us down, don't know where all my important stuff. Don't go beyond them. All right, guys, I'm going to sign out. Rita's then telling me. All right, guys, thanks again. I really appreciate it. And if I can get a hold of Danielle, if she wants to do a show later, look out. You don't know when she might pop up. I know she wanted to be up here with you guys earlier, and I really appreciate it. And I know Danielle does too. And I really appreciate Danielle too, because she's been helping out Darren a lot when he wasn't available to do all the stuff that goes on the show. Oh, you didn't get to see my number? I put it in the YouTube chat. Okay, well, just if you have a pen, just write it down. Because I did. Didn't I? Wait, I don't see it either. Oh, maybe I didn't send it, guys. Hold on. Oh, well, that's crazy. Are you telling me I can't comment on my own show? Hold on, I'm coming back in. Let me see. That's the dress I have on. Oh, I think this. Wait a second. Okay. Let me see. I'm just gonna do it right now. Well, that's really crazy. It's not putting my my stuff up there. Somebody fucking with my stuff? Is it Big Brother? Oh, there. Okay. There. Okay. 318 517 5727. I don't know what this paired shit means. Okay. Alright, there it is. There it is. Alright. Thank you guys. Alright, and thanks to Gunner too. Thanks for helping me out tonight. Alright, talk to you soon.
In the United States, CPS makes upwards of $3 billion per day on trafficking and selling our children. The corruption may start with the caseworker, but goes through the judicial system, passing the governor through the Senate and into the White House. The entire system has a hand in the business known as CPS.
Our children are stolen every minute of a 24-hour day. They are being robbed of their innocence, their trust, their happiness. As parents, we are isolated and betrayed by a government we trust. States are balancing budgets on kids' lives. Only 12% of the kids taken will be reunified. Title IV funding is being riveted with fraud.
We need to stop CPS and abolish CPS.com is leading the way. Join us.